Welcome to ESP number 2. Hello again, extra special people. As you can see, 2 balls, one for soccer, one for football. And we cover both. Actually, it's one and the same thing. We all know that. What are we going to talk about mostly? We're going to talk about transfer news. That's what we're all about for now, especially as there's not a lot of football going on. A few pre-season friendlies. We'll talk about them as and when they come up. I'll tell you what, there's a quiz question this time. It comes from this book. Actually, I'm going to throw in a few quiz questions from this book. The Book of Football Records by Rothman's Jack Rowling. It's a bit of an old book, so please forgive me that. So the question revolves around the following. Which clubs have achieved the highest attendances in all the divisions? That includes Division 3, North and South. So we're going back in time a bit. I'm not going to do the Premier League. If you know... Well, we obviously know Manchester United got the highest attendance. I'm not too sure which game because it's not in the book, because the book was written around about 1998. So since then, Manchester United have smashed the record for the highest attendance in the Premier League. So we're going to skip that one. But who's got the record attendance in all the other divisions? So that's Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, Division 3 South, Division 3 North, and the 4th Division. I will tell you at the end of this vlog. But first of all, other news to catch up on. I'm also going to let you know a bit of betting news. I think I'll do that first of all, and then I'm going to run through all the transfers going on. Well, the betting news is the following: that I'm betting on the J League at the moment, for what it's worth. It's not been worth a lot because I haven't actually put any money on as of yet, but I have done now. We're talking like £1 a bet, so you know I'm not going to be losing. Hopefully, I'm not going to be losing huge amounts of money here. But what I've done is I'll show you my kind of coupon that I made up. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it very well. Anyway, that was a quick sneak preview of what I'm about to tell you, which is I've bet on a lot of draws this time. No away wins whatsoever. The games are being played 10 a.m. Saturday. That's like now for many of us, like for me now. Saturday the 4th of August. Urawa Reds against FC Tokyo. I've put £1 on a home win there. You only get even money though. For Gauta Sendai against Yokohama F Marinos, I put down a draw, so you get £2.30 for a £1 stake. You get a fiver if you back a draw. Alberex Niigata against Kashiwa Reysol. Kashiwa Reysol got a new signing. I think might unsettle them a little bit. Brazilian guy who's a bit of a jinx, so I'm told. Jubilo Iwata against Kawasaki Frontale, a draw. I'm not going to go through all the details, but Nagoya against Vissel, home win. Could be a tough game, that though. Could be a draw. Gamba Osaka against Omiya Ardija, another draw. Cerezo Osaka against Consadole Sapporo, home win. Sapporo hopeless, but they won the other day against Nagoya Grampus. Both Osaka teams desperately need wins, both in the relegation zone, as is Consadole Sapporo. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, they're top of the league against Shimizu Espos. No surprises, have gone for a home win. And Sagan Tosu against Kashima Antlers have gone for a draw in that game. So we'll see how that pans out. I've been getting, out of the 9 games, I've got 5 out of 9 both times. So that's enough to get a small profit if you don't. But my advice is don't bet too much. Right, now on to the more interesting stuff, the transfer news. Right, the most recent transfer that I know of that's gone through is Benik Afobe of Arsenal has joined Bolton Wanderers on loan. Benik Afobe is only 19 years of age. He's been loaned out before. He needs a lot more experience before he can ever make the grade or hope to make the grade at Arsenal. I think he's quite a long way off doing that. And my prediction is, unfortunately, I don't think Afobe is going to be quite good enough for Arsenal. But he'll probably enjoy himself at Bolton on loan, as did Ryo Miyaichi last season. Daniel Agger, a lot of talk about him joining possibly Manchester City or Barcelona. He's been absent from the recent match that Liverpool played in the Europa League qualifying round. He didn't play in that. He's often been injured, and so a lot of people are saying get rid. But then a lot of people are saying that he should stay at Liverpool and pay back his dues. I'm not too sure how I stand on that one. He is a good defender when he is fit. Perhaps Liverpool should try and keep hold of him a bit longer. He's been there a while, obviously, and had just so many injuries. Another player a lot of people think this particular team should get rid of is Joey Barton of QPR. Fleetwood Town were supposed to be taking him on loan, and that way his suspension would be served a lot quicker, but Joey Barton's denying that, which is interesting. Who knows what's going to happen to Joey Barton? I think it's a great waste of talent if he doesn't play for someone. I know I know everyone's going to disagree with me on that because of his off-the-field mistakes, let's say. But I think I still believe, I don't know why, I still believe that he can be reformed eventually, and I am crazy, I admit. I think he can be reformed, and I think one day, well, I think he's leaving it a bit late now, but I really had big expectations for Joey Barton, so I hope he can turn it around, I really do. Alberto Aquilani, meanwhile, couldn't turn it around at Liverpool. He's off to Fiorentina, which is good news really for Liverpool, because he wasn't really getting many games there, and not a success at all. So the fact that Liverpool brought in some money from Fiorentina, it's really good news for Liverpool, and hopefully Liverpool fans will be thinking that money will be spent on bringing in new players. For instance, Joe Allen of Swansea. That deal should happen in the not too distant future, you would imagine. Dickson Etuhu, obviously that's gonna drag for a while though. Dickson Etuhu, meanwhile, that's not dragged. He's now a Blackburn Rovers player. He's moved on from Fulham. I think that's a very good signing for Blackburn. They've been very busy on the transfer front. Not sure all their signings are going to gel, particularly the foreign imports, but Dickson Etuhu is a strong player, particularly in the Championship. So I'm expecting him to make a really big difference to their midfield. Christphe Berra, meanwhile, is up for grabs. He's got a year left on his current deal at Wolves. Where he's going to go, this defender, we don't know. He was signed for £2.3 million from Hearts a few years ago. He's now 27. Perhaps he will find a Premier League club, or who knows? Perhaps Blackburn might want him if they want to keep buying players, and they haven't finished buying just yet. Ashley Cole, meanwhile, while we're talking of defenders, he's been linked with a move to Paris Saint-Germain from Chelsea to team up with his old boss Carlo Ancelotti. Could that happen? Possibly. It wouldn't surprise me. Obviously, Paris Saint-Germain have a lot of money at their disposal at the moment, and Ashley Cole wants a lot of money, not for the first time in his career. And whether he's going to get it at Chelsea, of course they can pay it, but do they want to? Given his age, he's not going to get any better now. He's obviously rated as, some people say, the best left-back in the world. Not sure if I agree with that, but he is very good. And yeah, I can see him possibly moving to Paris Saint-Germain. Nuri Sahin, meanwhile, will he join Arsenal? We still don't know. Jose Mourinho, the ex-Chelsea boss, who's his boss now at Real Madrid, says the future is in Nuri Sahin's hands. So it's pretty much up to him and his agent what he does, it seems. And Real Madrid seem to be washing their hands of him, but not completely, as he's only going out on loan. But will he necessarily go to Arsenal? I don't necessarily think so. I think he could end up at Spurs. I think there's just as much chance he'll end up there, or possibly some other club. So that's going to be interesting, and it should happen very soon. Matt Jarvis, meanwhile, will not be joining Fulham from Wolves because there's no offer on the table, according to Jez Moxey, the chief exec of Wolves. So again, that's another one to watch. I think Jarvis will move on, but to which club remains to be seen at this stage. I'd say some mid-table Premier League team are most likely to nab him. Sam Baldock, on the way to Bristol City. I've been hearing from West Ham United, the striker needs to get some more games under his belt. He did quite well last season, but just needs more first team actions. Been kind of frozen out. Kaka, meanwhile, of Real Madrid, could be going back to AC Milan or Sao Paulo, according to some sources. But Jose Mourinho, the Real Madrid boss, has said he hopes not. So it looks like he'll fight to keep him. But Ian Atkins of Southampton doesn't mind losing the following players: Lee Barnard, who I never thought was quite good enough for the Premier League. Sorry, Lee, but obviously a very good lower division player. Scores a lot of goals. Has scored a lot of goals in the lower divisions. Ryan Dickson and Jonathan Forte all up for grabs. So Southampton expecting the phone to ring. Why is it not ringing? Dring, dring. Oh, there it was. Mathieu Debuchy, meanwhile, is he going to be on his way to Newcastle from Lille? Well, he's in talks with his chairman, Michel Seydoux. It seems he's been unsettled by all the transfer business going on around and about him. And I suspect that he will, in fact, be on his way. Newcastle might have to, step it up a little bit in terms of money in order to get the very talented right back of France. Talking of talent, Jake Cassidy is very talented, judging by the number of goals he scored on loan when at Tranmere. Well, he's back there now on a 6-month loan deal from Wolves, the 19-year-old Wales under-21 international, a big prospect for the future. So Tranmere expecting good things of him, and Wolves obviously too, which is why they won't let him go on a permanent deal. Lucas Moura, meanwhile, is not going to join Inter Milan, despite what you've heard elsewhere, because Sao Paulo said they're only in talks with Manchester United about the Brazilian, and the thing is, he's not going to go there either unless United up the ante, which they've failed to do as of yet. Bryan Oviedo, meanwhile, of FC Copenhagen, he could also be on the move to Manchester United for £2 million. The 23-year-old left-back could also join Everton or Lille of France. Edin Dzeko, I think I mentioned him in the last vlog. Edin Dzeko could be on the way out of Manchester City. He's unsettled. He said he deserves more first-team football than he's been getting. Can't blame him for thinking that. There's so many strikers at Manchester City. They have to sell. Will they sell to another Premier League club? It seems that Edin Dzeko is more likely to end up back in Germany, where he made a real name for himself. Adam Hamel of Wolves, he's up for sale. No takers as of yet. I'll keep you posted on that. Salomon Rondon could be joining Spurs from Malaga. Apparently, the Venezuelan international will command a transfer fee of around about £10 million. And another player, it's easy for you to say, another player who could be joining Spurs, Raheem Sterling of Liverpool, apparently. Find that one almost impossible to believe. The Salomon Rondon possibility, yeah, that's very likely. Malaga, obviously, in serious financial trouble. So I can really see that one happening. That's why they're letting Nuri Sahin leave. Sorry, not Nuri Sahin, what am I talking about? That's why they're letting Santi, whatever his name is, Santi Cazorla. He's going to be leaving for around about £17 million, and they're going to cash in for £10 million with Rondon set for Spurs. But Liverpool, I don't think they really need to sell Raheem Sterling, who's one for the future. Why would they want to do that? They might loan him. I can see that possibly happening, but I really don't imagine that Sterling will be sold. Obviously, Andy Carroll, that's another story. He could be loaned or sold. We're not too sure. West Ham and obviously Newcastle interested. Just added that. And that's it as far as transfer news is concerned. But I'll tell you what, it's not it if you're interested in today's quiz, which was, which clubs have got the biggest league attendances? Well, we know in the Premier League it's Manchester United, and it was at the time of writing of this book that I'm actually looking through now. At the time in 1998, they had the record attendance of 55,000. We know it's much more than that now. But the record Division 1 attendance was Manchester United as well, but it was played at Main Road. They were playing against Arsenal in January 1948. 83,260. Right, Division 2's record attendance. Are you ready to guess which team got that? It was Spurs. 70,302 when they played Southampton back in 1950. The Division 3, I'll give you the normal Division 3 first. The highest attendance in Division 3 was a local derby. I'll give you that clue. And it was in Yorkshire. I reckon you might have got it by now. It was Sheffield Wednesday versus Sheffield United, December Boxing Day match in 1979. And the biggest attendance in Division 3 South was in Wales. That's your clue. Cardiff City versus Bristol City. That was April 1947. And the biggest one in Division 3 North was Hull City against Rotherham. Didn't give me much of a clue there. Couldn't think of one. not one that wouldn't give the game away. That was 1948. And the biggest one in Division 4, quite near to where I live, 37,774 fans turned up to see, who was it? Did you guess? South London derby, Crystal Palace versus Millwall, 31st of March 1961. I know a certain person who played in that game as well. Right, that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed it, and if not, don't leave your comments below. If you did enjoy it, please let me know about it, and I'll try and keep doing these for as long as physically and humanly possible. Till the next time, keep enjoying the beautiful game and watching. What are these? What are these? Soccer balls. Right, keep watching those balls. Right, till the next time, adios.